Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up? A gracious good morning to you good people. It's your girl KB. You know what I do and you know why I do it. Check this out. Um, this is part two of my introduction recording for this morning. And this is the thought that initiated all of this. If you know somebody from the South, you know, I'm going to say preferably a Baptist or a charismatic Christian, you may have heard the term Jezebel spirit. Now, exactly what does that mean? And I'm going to tell you, it's not a good thing. You know, first of all, who is Jezebel? Jezebel was a queen that took over the throne for Ahab. And she had a reputation, in the true sense of the word, reputation. See, you younger folks don't know anything about kind of what I'm talking about unless you've been around older people, you know, because everything is okay in your generation. And if it's not, you're going to find a way to make it okay. You know, people my age and older, you know, or people who grew up with a grandmother in the house. And I'm not talking about grandma in her 30s, 40s, or 50s. I'm talking about grandma, you know, old school, roll down the stockings with the knot on the side, church every day of the week, that kind of grandma. Okay, so Jezebel spirit. Defining Jezebel. Took over the throne for King Ahab. Had a reputation for murder, dirty dealing, and here's the part that everybody knows about Jezebel: promiscuity. A while back, Nelly Furtado had a song, Promiscuous Girl, that everybody was rocking to, you know, including me. I liked the beat, you know, it had a Timberland beat, you know. But when you kind of paid attention to the lyrics, promiscuous girl, what are you allowing? You know, and a lot of us want to wrap this promiscuity up with power. And, you know, for Jezebel to be able to take over for a king, she did have some power. But it was a corrupt power. It was a deceitful power. So in other words, you know, it was dark energy. And yes, I use the word energy, which I dislike. It was dark thinking from the enemy. And I use the word the enemy because when I say Satan or the devil or however you want to put it, you know, everybody envisions this red man with horns or you know, this mythological beast. No, the enemy is real. And sometimes the enemy is you. You know, in your heart and in your thinking is corrupt, is hardened toward God, and you're justifying everything that you do. Okay? You know, the Jezebel spirit. There's a movie, and I believe it's Henry Fonda, and I think it's Betty Davis, entitled Jezebel, and it's a character in, you know, the South or Southern Belle, because again, Jezebel is something that I heard from folks from the South. You know, the Bible doesn't have any specific mention of Jezebel other than to identify her, you know, as someone who took over for Ahab. The Jezebel spirit is something that was developed as a saying, knowing that, you know, the character of this particular individual. And don't limit Jezebel spirits to females, although the name applies to a female. Men have a Jezebel spirit as well. And, which leads to my point, and promiscuity and promiscuous girl. When two Jezebel spirits get together, guess what happens? They defile one another and they use one another. Which takes me full circle to what I preach about love and how we view love as transactional, not relational. You know, it's if you do this, I will do this. It's not covering. It's not protecting. It doesn't hope all things. It doesn't endure all things. You know, love is not a commitment for us. Love is the statement as long as it feels good. You know, life doesn't always feel good, so why should we expect love as a component of life to always feel good? And that's because we've put up this Hollywood facade about what love looks like. And if you think love looks good, I want you to look at the cross. Because that was a brutal experience, but that was done in love. That was done to cover. Amen. And you've heard or you've seen my recording about thieves in the temple. And I'm talking about promiscuity yet again. We defile the temple. But we want to tell everybody my body is my temple. You can't have a temple if you have no discipline. You know? So if I go to church and it's a free-for-all, anything and everything goes, how's that a church? Because the church is the building where the saints go to worship God. But if we're doing anything and everything, how is that worship? You know, it's akin to Moses going away for a minute and coming back and seeing the golden calf. It's like, I don't have any kind of self-discipline. And the person I left in charge has no structure or self-discipline. You know, because here we are, back at where we started, worshiping things that don't have power, worshiping things that can be destroyed, worshiping things that man made. Think about where you are in your faith walk. And let's have some real conversation about it. You know, we all do things. You know, why are we pretending that we're so pious or righteous that we're no earthly good? You know, I'm so high up on my cloud that I can't talk to people like I've never done something. But that's how we set this thing up. That's how, in our minds, you know, we're setting people up to fail. This faith walk is real. These conversations need to be had. You know, God is showing and telling us some things. And this is what we're doing. Now, God, I can't talk about that. That makes me feel bad. I can't do that. Or, oh, no, don't speak that. You're going to put that negative energy in the air. It's already there. Let's call it out. Amen. Let's have these conversations. Let's talk about what's real. Let's quit being deceitful. You know, if I can't be true to myself, if I can't tell myself the truth, there's no point in me speaking. If I can't hear the truth about myself, there's no point in me talking. Amen. But that's how we approach, you know, our worship experience. I don't want to know the truth. Just let me feel good. Again, think about where you are.